Both Senate candidates, Democratic incumbent Tammy Baldwin and Republican challenger Eric Hovde, share similar priorities, from combating inflation to fighting the opioid crisis. This election, the balance of the U.S. Senate is at stake, and Wisconsin could be the tipping point. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful having you.
The economy is a top priority for both candidates.
I'm still hearing a lot about pocketbook issues.
Inflation is really hammering people.
Baldwin is prioritizing health care to combat costs.
Whether that be capping insulin for those on Medicare at no more than $35 per month out of pocket.
And child care.
So I was able to deliver nationally a $1 billion investment into our child care infrastructure to help bring costs down for parents.
Meanwhile, Hovde is focused on federal spending.
We have $35 trillion in debt.
Hoping to reduce debt and cut what he calls reckless spending.
Because the interest costs on the debt will become bigger than Social Security.
The opioid crisis, a longtime priority for Baldwin, is also a major issue on Hovde's docket.
We have now some more powerful tools to sanction China and Mexico with regard to their role that they're playing in this epidemic. But we have got to strengthen the security at our southern border.
Well, first of all, you got to hammer China because most of fentanyl is all manufactured in China. Secondly, you got to close our southern border. So fentanyl is produced in China, it's sent to Mexico, and it's just brought up over the southern border.
The most recent Marquette Law School poll shows abortion is the most important issue for 10% of Wisconsinites this election.
I am proud to be the lead author of the Women's Health Protection Act, which would codify Roe v. Wade.
Hovde says he supports exceptions.
But there comes a point where a baby can be born healthy and alive that I think it's unconscionable to terminate that child. Look, most of Europe has resolved this decades ago. If you look at most of Europe, I think Germany's 12 weeks, I think France is 14 weeks.
The most recent Marquette Law School poll shows Senator Baldwin with a slight lead, coming in with 52% of registered voter support and Hovde with 47%. You can check out the full transcripts for both interviews as well as extended cuts of their answers online right now. From Madison, Vanessa Kelson.